First thought when I saw that yesterday, great moment. Everybody loves Jameis. Second thought was, man, it's really going to suck when they cut him. Because I still don't know how there's room for Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, and Jackson Dart on the 53-man roster. Most teams carry two quarterbacks, especially now that you can have a practice squad quarterback who gets called up to the active roster as the third emergency option. So maybe they find a way to keep him. Maybe moments like that, Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen realize we got to keep Jameis around. He's the perfect balance to Russell Wilson. Two very different personalities. Not exactly diametrically opposed, just different. Just different, and maybe we need them both. And good morning, Michael Holley.
Good morning, my PFT brother. Looking good there. Very clean look for you. And they don't necessarily have to cut. They don't have to cut Jameis. Maybe if it doesn't work out, keep him on the coaching staff. Keep him somewhere in the building. He's just it just brings some levity, brings some humor. I still can't get over Mike when he said last year, "Lord, deliver me from pick sixes." that may have been the quote of the year for him. So I love seeing that kind of stuff. That's what training camp is all about.
You know, I was saying yesterday, Michael, when Chris and I were talking about Jameis Winston, how these guys enter the NFL as basically overgrown kids. Early 20s. They haven't matured. They mature before our eyes. And they change. We all change in our 20s. And, excuse me, Jameis Winston had his issues. They're well documented. But he's matured. And he's grown. And the things that he did in his early 20s seem to be in his rearview mirror. And he's morphed into a different person. And he's very gregarious and engaging and fun. And we'll see what the Giants do. But the NFL is more interesting when he's in it. And if they would cut him or maybe trade him, there may be a team out there that decides they need Jameis Winston. Hell, the way the Browns are going, they probably need him at some point. Bring him back, just like they brought back Joe Flacco. Bring back Jameis Winston. Bring back every Browns quarterback currently in the league that once played for the Browns. Just sign them all. Have them play different positions. They're up to 6. Let's go for 12. Let's make it like the Phillip Rivers family expansion plan. Let's go for 18 by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, all the former Browns quarterbacks, you really don't have enough. You don't have enough slots for all those guys. Go back. Yeah, I mean, and you want to talk about a coaching staff too. If you really want to go back, everybody who's played quarterback for the Browns, you got quality control. You got an offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Scouts. You got a lot of people to account for. And the thing about Jameis, here's the other thing about him. You're right. There seems to be some maturity there. And, maybe it comes from he was the number 1 pick in the draft. He had some success, and he got pushed out. It was they were very open about it, the Buccaneers were. Bruce Arians was asked after that, Jameis' last season, hey, his last season as a starter, what do you need? Well, where's the upgrade coming? He said, quarterback. We need to get better at quarterback. They push out Jameis. They bring in Tom Brady, and the rest is history. And they got a Super Bowl out of it. There aren't a lot of number 1 picks who know how to respond from being at the very top, literally the top of the league in your draft class, to being a guy who is a mentor, a backup, and is good for business. So that's hard to do because most of those guys, just throughout their careers, high school, college, and pros, they get all the attention. They're not used to having that role, that servant role, and he seems very comfortable with it.
And in his last season with the Buccaneers, he became one of only a handful of guys to have 5,000 or more passing yards in a season, 5,109, and it was capped, unfortunately, Week 17 at the time against the Falcons. Went to overtime, and we were watching the game in the viewing room at NBC, and I said to Chris, it would just be fitting if he throws his 30th interception of the season on the last play of the season, and it's returned for a pick 6. And that's exactly what happened. And it got him to 33 touchdown passes and 30 interceptions, and that was his last play. as a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First-round pick, put in his 5 years. They bring in Tom Brady. They win the Super Bowl. And they've been a low-key, under-the-radar juggernaut ever since then. So both sides are doing well. Jameis is just doing well in a very different kind of way. Okay. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.